Hey everyone, this is Edie Hill 1988, and I'm finally doing my labor and delivery story. So it was 2 weeks ago. Well, Kane's 15 days old now, and I'm just getting around to doing it. So I'm definitely going to have a play-by-play of everything. Even though if you pretty much saw the labor and delivery video, the one in the hospital and all that stuff, like the little clips, then you pretty much know everything I'm going to talk about. But okay, I guess I'll get started. So let's see. I have written down Thursday membrane sweep. Okay, on the 11th, because he was born on September, have mercy, off February 14th, on Valentine's Day. So that Thursday, I went for the membrane sweep, and that day I'd gained, I think my total weight was 42 pounds. So pretty much when I delivered him, I was at 42. Like I gained 42 pounds, but let's see. But my mom came that Tuesday before he was born. So from that Tuesday to Friday, we walked around for like 3 to 6 hours every day. So I was just really exhausted even going into labor. But anyway, so that Thursday I got the membrane sweep, and that was on February the 11th, and we walked around for 2 straight hours. And that day, well, that night, it was just snowing really bad, and the weather was just nasty, and I was just being just a bitch. So Mom was like, "Are we going to go into labor tonight?" And I was like, "I'm not good going to labor." And I remember John, I told him to empty out the vacuum cleaner. And he's like, "You need to be emptied out." So, so I was just hateful that night. So I pretty much knew I was going to go into labor. But, you know, with the weather being nasty and just me being a bitch. So, but let's see, that Thursday I got the membrane sweep. And they definitely told you that it will work within 48 hours. So mine definitely worked within 48 hours. So I went into labor. Well, I had my first contraction around, I think around 11 something. But I really didn't think anything of it. So 11 something on that Friday night. So I woke up at exactly 12 midnight. So which was technically February 13th. And I was like, "John, what time is it?" And he's like, 12 o'clock. "What time is it?" He's like, 12:15. So I was like, okay, something's up. So I woke my mom up because she was staying with us that week. And I told her that I was having contractions. So she said, "Oh, this might be a real thing. Go ahead and get in the shower." So like I'm brushing my teeth and stuff, and then like I'm just hunched over, like it was just unbearable. So I'm like, okay, something's really going on. So then I get in the shower, and I go to wipe down there and everything, go to clean my goods, and and there's blood all over the washcloth, y'all, like blood and mucus and just nastiness. So first thing I do is say, "Mom, come here." So she comes in, she's like, "Everyone's in labor." So everybody's getting ready and stuff. So we call the doctor, and the doctor says, wait, this was around, we called the doctor like around 1 something. And she was like, wait until the contractions are 3 to 4 minutes apart. So this was around like 1 something. And
a.m.
Oh yeah, 1 a.m. Sorry, y'all, a.m. in the morning. So we just sat around, and we waited for John's mom to come. She was like 2.5 hours away. So we waited for her to come, and then we went to labor and delivery. So I held out for a good 5 hours with those contractions, y'all. So we headed to labor and delivery at 6 a.m. and I was 3 centimeters dilated and 100% effaced. So we headed back home because they were like, I'd just be pretty much walking around the whole time, just waiting for everything to pick up. So we came home, and I was gonna come and take a bath and everything, but my mom had fallen asleep, so she didn't run the water for me, and I was in so much pain. There was no way I was gonna do it. So I just laid in the bed and like thought I was gonna die because it was just unbearable. So then we headed back to labor and delivery around 9 o'clock, which means that, oh yeah, but from 6 to 7, we went to the cafeteria and ate. So technically I was only home for 2 hours, but then the contractions were like 1 to 2 minutes apart around 9 o'clock. So I was like, something's going on. I've got to at least be 8 or 9 centimeters dilated. That's what it felt like. So we get back there, y'all, and I'm still 3 centimeters dilated, and I just started crying. So they went ahead and admitted me because I was contracting every few minutes. So I pretty much just sat around, and since I wanted a natural labor, they hardly checked me. They would check me like every 4, 5, 6 hours. Every time they checked, like, "Oh, you're 3 centimeters, you're 3.5, you're 4. So, I mean, it just went, there was no progress. So, they came in, like I said, they hardly ever checked me. So, they came in around, I think it was like 10 o'clock or 10:15. And they checked me. I was only 5 centimeters dilated, y'all, which means I'd been laboring from midnight till 10 o'clock that night. So, I was like, there is no way I'm going to sit here and, just have these contractions, because she came in and she said I was still in early labor. So she said that could go on for another couple days. And I was like, no, it's not. I'm getting epidural. So I got the epidural around 10:30 p.m. And and to be honest, I was so delirious during my labor. That's one thing I regret. Like, I honestly wish I got the epidural sooner because I hardly remember anything. Like, honestly, I thought that I'd had, how many hours? I thought I would have like 27 hours of natural labor, but it was only 22. But I thought it was 27. It's really 22. But I mean, I was so delirious during my whole labor, y'all. So I wish I got the epidural like as soon as I hit 5 centimeters, because he probably would have come sooner. But I keep forgetting that when I got the epidural, I also had to get Pitocin. So I got the epidural and Pitocin at the same time. And, oh yeah, I also forgot to say, see, I have another stuff written down. That's why I should have done it 2 weeks ago. But I had the birthing ball, and that helped a little bit. I mean, it helped with the pressure and stuff, but it was still, contractions still suck, y'all. And I also got the stuff that makes you real drowsy. I can't remember the name of it. Do you remember the name of that stuff, Sayer? Were you in there when I got it? They gave me, and if somebody else has gotten it, y'all, well, I'll look it up and put it in the sidebar, but I got these little, I don't know what it was, but it pretty much, you didn't, like you felt the contractions, but you were so delirious, it just like you were in another world. So I got like three doses of those. I can't remember what they are. If I do, I'll put them in the sidebar. If you remember, then just comment and say, hey, this is what it is, girl. So, but also, like I said, I was so delirious, I don't know what I got. So, I mean, I hardly remember my labor. Like, I remember him pretty much coming out and that's it. Because, I mean, honestly, in the videos, like the other labor and delivery video, I look really, you know, like I know what I'm doing and I know what's going on, but I don't hardly remember like any of those videos, y'all. Which kind of sucks, but I will. So I got the epidural around 10:30, and when I woke up at 3:15, like I woke up and the lady was checking me, and I was like, "What's good?" So she, you know, had her hands down there and stuff, and she said I was 8 centimeters dilated. So that's when I get on Facebook and all that stuff, and I'm tweeting and all that stuff, saying I'm 8 centimeters dilated. So let's see, and then she came in at 5 something. Well, before that, I had to sit down because that should turn the epidural like completely off, y'all. So for the last 2 hours of my labor, I had, well, like it's labor and delivery, I had nothing because he was turned the wrong way. So they had me sit up in the bed so he could turn around. So that's why in some of the pictures or video, whatever you see, I'm sitting up while he's turning around, and I have no epidural or anything, y'all. So yeah, that sucks. So, but I started pushing at 5:23, and he was born at 6:54 a.m. on Valentine's Day. If this labor and delivery sucks, y'all, sorry, but this is 15 days postpartum. So, but yeah, let's see. I guess it was overall good birth. I mean, I didn't have any complications besides the fact that it took 31 hours. I didn't tear, like, you know, any kind of perineal tear. I had a vaginal floor tear, which I really didn't even feel. So, you know, I had stitches on the inside or whatever. So, and for him to be an 8-pounder, I was completely shocked because as soon as I like birthed him, I was like, did I tear? Did I rip? And he actually said no. But then he, you know, checked some more and, you know, it's cleaned up and everything. And I think I got like 2 or 3 stitches. So, nothing to even, you know, write home about. But, let's see. And, you know, they laid him on my chest and all that good stuff. And John cut the cord. And I had my twin sisters out here holding one leg and John holding the other leg, and y'all was such a bitch, and I didn't realize, y'all, my legs were huge, so I was sitting there like, hold my leg, them big old legs, y'all. I did not realize how huge my legs were. I couldn't hardly feel them because like, the epidural had worn off, but my legs were still numb. So I had them big old, I looked at the photos, like, them big old legs. I was sitting there screaming people to hold my legs, but, and it's funny because, well, how much time do I have left?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
8 minutes, okay. So, and it's funny because my mom was at the head of the bed, so she wouldn't laugh or I wouldn't see her laugh. So, my mom was sitting there holding the, giving me the ice chips. And I was so, like, I was just so specific. I only want 2 ice chips. Don't give me 1, don't give me 3. So, she put 3 ice chips in my mouth and I throw it across the room, y'all. I was just being hateful. And John was rubbing me and I was just telling him to hush. And it was just, I was just so mean to my husband, y'all. Just mean to everybody in general. But, let's see. And what else? Oh yeah, and I was so delirious because like the pain was just unbearable. Like the contractions come like every 45 seconds. So oh yeah, he's finally taking a pacifier, which I also have to put in my postpartum video or my update video. But here's Schnook. But what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, well I'll show you the baby. I can't remember what I was saying. Sorry. But here's my Schnook. This video sucks, sorry y'all. But there him is. Say hey mama. Hey YouTube. Hey everybody. There I am. I'm a pretty boy. Oh yeah, but I was also talking about how I was so delirious and like all I heard was wah 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 when everybody was talking. So I was just like, shut up. So yeah, I was just the worst patient in the world, but I mean, but he's gorgeous, y'all. So I love being a mommy. So he's just the sweetest little boy. Yes it is. Yes it is. Here you go, Schnook. So, I guess that's my labor and delivery story, y'all. I mean, if it sucks, sorry, but y'all, 15 days postpartum, so hey. But, alright, y'all. So, I guess I'm about to do my postpartum video now. So, alright, bye.